bag of chips. I trusted you when you say you won't eat it.
That was an attempt to lighten things up, and not because I'm making light of this topic. Now this is going to be one of the heavier topics that I have shared, because if you are looking to rebuild trust, that means or implies that you have broken it, and trust is something very important in a relationship. When we talk about trust, it could mean different things to different people in a relationship. Personally, I feel that trust generally means that we have enough belief in that person to express our vulnerabilities as well as our desires without feeling shameful or guilty about it, because we feel safe and supported by our partner. It's not about wanting access to passwords of your partner's bank account, laptops, mobile phones, and anything private. I'm not saying that you can't or you shouldn't, but what's the intent behind it? If the intent is to check on your partner, now that is not trust. If you have lied or cheated before and you want to rebuild trust, you will know that it's a much bigger challenge than building it in the first place. But it's not impossible to rebuild trust. And this process of rebuilding trust requires the commitment of two persons, not just one, to make this process work more effectively. Therefore, there are two mindsets to adopt first when rebuilding trust. These are like prerequisites before you even move to what to do to rebuild trust. So here's mindset number one. You and your partner has to be committed to this process to making it work. This is very important because if any one of you is not committed to making this work, then there's no point in continuing anymore. Growth implies changes, and it applies to both and not just the one who broke the trust. Both partners have their own lessons to learn in whatever incident or incidences that cause this breach of trust. And you have to be aware that there is pain in growth. Only when you are open to growth, then you are ready for healing to take place. The first thing to do is to own your mistakes and take responsibility of what has happened. Now, you may have your own version of how this situation went and how it came about, and why you do this, do that, but that's not a justification for you to relieve you of this mistake that has taken place. You have to own your part and be sincere about it. Don't be defensive and blame your partner for your behavior. Next is to show your partner that you are serious in changing and not just paying lip service. For example, if being secretive or you have cheated is what led to this breach of trust, then you have to be transparent. You'll most probably need to give access to your partner or your mobile phone, your passwords. In this case, it's not about your partner keeping track of you, but you showing respect and your resolve to change. Last but not least is to be patient. Giving a plant all the water and nutrients it needs when it's dying is not going to save it immediately. Be consistent in your efforts and patient in your results. Reflect if there's any part, even a small one, that you can take and own that lead to your partner breaking this trust. Now, I'm not saying that you are to blame for this. What I'm saying is to discover a little bit more about yourself and how have you been showing up in your relationship. No matter how thin you slice an object, there are always two sides to it. A more honest look will provide the insight you probably overlook. More importantly, also think about what do you want from this relationship moving forward. Next, to encourage this process, you will have to learn to do your best to provide positive response to your partner. I can understand it's difficult. because of all that hurt you're feeling. You may not do it well, and you may not even feel like giving a positive response. But when you make a commitment to stay and repair, you will have to learn to forgive and let go. This is part of your growth. It may take some time, but don't let that be an excuse, because the hurt won't heal if you keep holding on to it. However, if you have done your best in this process and still feel it's not going anywhere, then be honest and let your partner know. It's probably better for both of you to continue your life journey separately. Rebuilding trust is much more challenging than just building it in the first place. You can figure it out yourself through resources like reading books or the internet, but not all wounds are the same. I'll encourage you to seek professional help from a therapist. Or you can consider workshops or seminars that help couples to establish trust and connection again. On this, I have a workshop that focuses on building the foundation of your relationship, like trust, safety, and commitment. So, if you want to feel more connected, have lesser conflicts with your partner, be more understood by your partner, click on the link in the description below and find out more. Thank you.